this at all. We're just jumping straight in. Literally no countdown. I'm late.
Oh god, we're
I'm
doing
late.
it live.
We're doing it live. I'm late. There's no countdown. I have misscheduled all of today. It is okay.
If you would like, I'm gonna open up Google Chrome. That way I can do that share thingamabobber.
Oh, the stream together thing? Yeah, no, I'm down. Oh, let me switch my my resolution down everything to make sure that the game plays appropriately with all my stuff. There we go. Oh yeah. Turning off motion blur. I forgot I had that on. Oh god, yeah. I had motion blur on. My lord. Alright, here, I've gone full potato. We are in potato mode.
Alright. I'm going to invite you as
guest.
Damn.
Alright, hold on, let me go back to the... No, you know what? We're here. We're on it. We're on it, baby. We're on it. We're on it. No one can say that we're not. It says I'm doing art. Hold on, let me fix it. Hold up.
On my end. It happens.
What is it? Yeah, there we go. Alright, let me set this up. Nightreign. We're gonna rain on some night.
It's raining at night. Oh no,
it is raining at night right
pants.
now. It is raining at night super hard right now, and you have no idea how hard it is raining. It's so scary. It's so fucking scary. Sometimes I look at the night, I look at it rain, right? And I'm like, whoa, hold up. Is that legal? And then I say, sure, it's legal. It can be legal. It doesn't have to be non-legal. I've decided it's legal. And since I've decided it's legal, it is now entirely legal. As you can see, on my side of things, I've got my silly little guys dressed up. I'm playing as Wilder today. So I can use my powers. I've been playing a lot of Executioner, but I hear he's getting a buff soon, so I'm gonna wait to play a little bit more of my favorite femboy. I love the Executioner, don't get me wrong. It's just, I really want to kill some Night Lords, and he has such a low win rate right now because he does not do enough damage. Granted, the Suncatcher, turns out, the Suncatcher does not consume any stamina. Which is incredibly broken. Can you send me the stream together thing?
I am inviting you.
Ah, yes, hold on, let me get to it. I'm gonna get it. Alright, hold on. Oh god, it's being annoying. Hold on. Yes, it's being annoying. Let me do this.
It's okay.
Alright, I gotta do the Twitch thing. Here we go, we're gonna stream together. We're streaming together. Hold on, let me, please don't, it's asking for the code. I gotta sign in on Chrome. It's a whole thing. You know how that goes. You know how that goes.
Literally download Google Chrome just to be
giant pain in the ass.
It doesn't work on Opera.
Ugh. I
understand your pain.
By the way, for anybody who wants to use my coupon code for Waifu Wares, coupon code CODEFL for 15% off any of your purchases over at Waifu Wares. I will have a cup available soon, which you can come and see. I'm gonna be on a cup. I want to be on a cup.
Great. You're already on a shirt.
That's true. Get your sippy on with your favorite goblin. Get your sippy on. It's a cup. Hello, Silver. Hello, Nodes. It's good to have you here. Alright, there we go. I think I've got the invite. Let me... there we are. Alright, we're collaborating. We're collaborating. We're collabed.
Alright.
We're so collab coded right now.
Yeah.
We are full on collab coded. It is crazy. Holy shit. Yeah. We have fully gone in on
double
collab.
Feeding, am I?
What? No, Black Ruby, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the congregation. What's up?
I was making sure I wasn't double feeding.
Double feeding? Honey, you ain't double feeding. You're doing great.
Okay. Sometimes whenever you have the thing, it doesn't mute your mic, and then it double feeds, and you're like, why am I hearing myself twice?
Merchandising! We'll put the name on everything! Spaceballs 2, the quest for more money. I still can't believe we lived to see Spaceballs 2. Hello, Weapon Bro. Yeah. Can you believe that? We lived to see Spaceballs 2. That is fucking insane.
We lived to even see Spaceballs animated.
Yes! I think we might get to see Spaceballs the cartoon, the tie-in. Or just Spaceballs the cartoon.
So
if
are
it
you
happens,
going
I'll
to
be
try,
happy.
the Everdark Sovereign?
I don't care who we fight. I'm just gonna go
Alright.
in. I'm gonna swing at him really hard. I'm gonna hit him in the head with my
Okay.
sword. And then once they are dying and dead of head in head with sword, we will claim our victory. And when we say we claim our victory, I mean me and you. We won together. We did it. We did it together.
I personally have 3 more, or technically 2 more, Night Beasts before the Night Lord.
I have only beat 3 of them.
Yeah.
I need to
have
beat more.
beaten 4 of them.
I'm impressed. And also scared and intimidated.
The Equilibrium... Don't be, I had...
Let me be intimidated. You can't tell me how to be intimidated.
But I'm
just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. You're intimidating now. You're the Nightreigner. You're the Nightreigner. You reign on the night. You walk up to them and you're like, "Yo, I'm reigning on your night right now. I'm about to night on your reign," and then boom,
I'm just
hit
like,
him with it.
guess what? Guess what, nerd? I invented the umbrella.
Damn! Oh, you're reigning? You're night reigning? Too bad. And then you rain on them right away. Rain on them immediately. Raining on their night, like, prodigiously. Let me see here. That one. Let's go with... I'm trying to look for the thing to put on here, you know?
That's fine. Wait, you already have, like, another, like, costume for your...
Yeah, no, I bought costumes. I got 2 costumes. Oh, shit, we're fighting Purple Gaping Jaw. Purple Gape Jaw. Gaping Jaw Purple.
Yes.
Can we say that on stream? Can we say Gaping Jaw?
That's what the boss is called.
Lewd.
I mean, you can say Gaping Dragon.
That
so I'm
jaw
sure you
is
can say Gaping.
Gay.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everybody. We're fighting the gay dragon.
Alrighty, I'm going to do this. Let's see. I do have, Iron Eye's Remembrance going, so I will probably try to do that. And I did, forget how to, what was it? There's a way to see what the weapons are at certain, like, locations.
Oh, yeah, no. I feel like we just gotta go for it, though.
Yeah. Weird. Off to the Tears of the Kingdom! Oh wait, wrong franchise. If only this was able to have 4 players, then we could have the Occultium team up.
Whoa! What is this? Why is it purple?
It's, rot.
Oh! Oh, that's terrifying. I haven't seen this yet. Oh, a thingy. We gotta go to this thingy. Hold on. Get the free level.
Yep.
Yeah! Hello, Shartanax, how you be?
Improved skill attack power.
Let's see here. Where's the nearest thing? That
Lightning
one over there? Alright, got it. Go into Seal's pin. Go into the pin.
Go into the pin?
Yeah, go into the pin.
Go
We
into
get
the
a
pin?
thing there.
Oh, I should probably level up.
I'm gonna level up. Oh, wait, we got a... Oh, shit, there's a Royal Revenant here. I don't think we should fight that right now, though.
Yeah. I don't think we are prepared for that.
Let me just go ahead and mark where we are. I'll mark that. We'll come back to it.
Oh dear, that person's trying to fight it.
Oh, are they?
I think so.
They ran past it. I just marked it for, like, our convenience.
I saw an attack going on it, that's why I was confused.
Oh, no, it's just attacking. It's just being angry.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Here?
Nothing I can use.
Savage. While walking, successive attacks negate damage. You can use that.
Here we go. Oh, that's all good. I'm all set. I'm in here doing murders. Oh.
Any boluses?
It looks like she got something for the jail. To the jail we go.
To the jail.
Oh, up we go. Come here.
I love how I didn't even have to land. I was just like, I'm gonna shoot you with an arrow.
Hell yeah. Come on, nope, nope. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Okay, out of stamina. That's fine.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, he's cooked.
I was lagging a little bit there.
Cooked boy. Cooked boy.
Yeah.
All right, we got it. I'm gonna take the runes.
Boost
Take the runes for a
HP
second.
restoration from
Oh!
flasks. That's what I got.
All right, I say we head back towards my pin now.
Yep. You are green. Okay.
Yes. Oh wait, shit. This first.
What
Actually, no. Let's head over to the green pin.
Okay. I do have a thing to where if I pick up certain things, I will share it with you. So
this is good to know.
I do have a thing that says successive attacks boost damage negation, and also getting attacked boosts your damage negation.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got this. Ow. Up. Up.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, he's so screwed. Ho ho! Back and forth a couple of hours this morning, but I shall have it around eventually. Well, that's good. Hear me out. Estes Blast chicken nuggets. I'd love that. Please hit me. Please hit me. Shoot me again, Durak. Oh, you got me.
Yep.
Nothing so far. All right, let me see here. If we go up, yeah, let's hit the castle. We'll be able to get plenty of stuff through here. Wait, follow me this way. This is funny. This is funny.
Oh wait, there's smithing stone guy over here.
Oh, we'll come back to him in a second. Trust me, trust me, trust me. If you jump on this, we can go straight to the top.
Oh right, and there's loot at the top.
Yep.
Oh, the night tide.
It'll be all right. Don't worry.
I will say, at least on night 2, we will be probably going into the mine of Moria.
Oh yeah.
Got it. Into the staff room.
Dodge. And cut. Where's the boss up here? I know the boss is up here somewhere. There it is. Alright, boss taken care of.
Oh, you already killed the boss? Damn.
Oh, wait, they already killed the boss. We're good, we're cooking. Ooh, yes, good weapon.
Yeah.
Alright, next spot, next spot. Let me see. Night's coming in, so we're still good for right now. I say we hit up that camp. That the, hear me out, the Estes Blast toys. I want them.
Oh, Cass, over here.
Oh, what's up?
Smithing dude.
Oh, I'm good for right now.
I'm gonna grab a smithing stone because I can.
Grab your thing. Oh, hey, it's these guys. This is an easy win. Hell yeah. It's the Firehead guys.
The Firehead guys? Oh,
yep.
I know what you're talking about. It's a real easy win for me because I can just be behind them and be like, whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, no, not that. If you get to the top of them, if you get on top, you can just stab them in the head.
Oh, that's
and it kills them
hilarious.
immediately.
Yeah. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Damn it, come on. Get up there. Get up there. Ugh.
Oh, God.
Damn it. Damn you!
Oh! He ran me over. Anybody get the license plate on the Hawk in the Civic?
Ah. Why do I suck at getting up there? Everybody else that I have seen gets up there so fucking easy.
Oh. It's not letting me jump. There is a jumpy spot right there if you want to use that.
Oh, no, there's like 3 of them, and we're supposed to do this pretty easy. What's up, Aethernaut? How you doing? I could try for it. Fuck it, I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. It'll be funny. Let's see if I can make the skill shot. Let's go. Skill shot time, baby. Alright, alright, alright. No. Ah, fuck! I barely missed!
Yeah. What's the doo-doo head?
This is so annoying!
Alright. I'll deal with the dogs.
Ah. Oh, come on! Am I supposed to just go from the back? Come on, work with me here.
Oh, I almost got
How
him.
does everybody I know do this in like 1 shot?
I don't know. I have a stream duck screaming at me.
And I fell straight through them. Infuriate. Oh, they're
Where'd he
dead.
go?
It died.
Okay.
Ridiculous. It died. That's so evil. It's so evil.
Alright. I will say.
Oh, no, it
you will want a
teleported back.
poison
That's what
weapon
it
for
is.
this boss.
Oh, yeah? I can get a poison weapon for it.
The Night Lord is weak to poison.
Noted. See, I would normally think that this was bullshit had I not, like, already seen it done, like, 6 times. Also, where's the other person? Where'd they go? You'd think they'd join up with the team. They're just kind of out there.
That. You should be up now, by the way.
Yeah, you got me.
I think that person's doing solo strats right now. Is what
That
they're
makes
doing.
sense. Just hit him. Fuck it. We'll just do this the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, just smack him in the back.
Yep. Alright, one of them's about dead.
Oh, you killed it.
Yep.
That person just jumped up on it and killed it.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the thing. I don't know how they fucking do that. She just did the thing.
They kind of just did it from the back
Weird.
when it was hunched over. I think you have to stab it in the back first.
That makes sense. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Attack up when wielding 2 ornaments. HP restoration upon attacks. I got that.
Nice. There they go. See, yeah, they're doing the thing. They just got up there, stabbed it in the head. Incredible.
Oh.
Yeah, they explode.
Yeah, that hurt.
That'll do that.
Alright, those guys will be
All right.
taken care of shortly.
Ow. Yeah, Fire Knight's Greatsword. Why not? That sounds cool. That sounds like a me thing. Oh, hey. A thingy. Ooh.
Taking
Goblin.
damage boosts.
I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Damn, am I taking that?
Yeah. I am also dex based, just so you know.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Okay, I got you. Hold on. Here, take it. Okay, no, you
Oh,
ran
shit.
down there. My bad. I got you. Ah! I got you. Don't worry. Don't you
got it?
worry. Don't you
Alright.
fear. Don't be afeared. Come here. Come here. Take
Okay,
the thingy. Oh, this guy's easy.
There we go. He's a big boy, though.
Oh, he's big, but, like, you know, he's stuck in stage 1 basically the entire time. He ain't gonna do his stage 2 stuff that makes him actually scary. At least I don't think he will. He should be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. Oh! Yeah! Yeah! See, it's going great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that just makes you invisible.
Yeah.
Great.
And thingy. Purple thingy. Maybe I can get a purple sword. Huh? No. Okay. That's fine.
Gain ruins. No, I want this. I'm now level 7. Let's go.
Alright. Let me see here. What do we got? Alright, yeah, the thing's coming in. We gotta go.
Yeah. Oh, that would have gave us a bow there. So
Yeah, you know. Oh, there's a bow right here. It's in this thing.
Oh, shit.
Alright, to the Erd Tree. To Silly Erd Tree time.
Oh, that's what on the one side.
We go to Silly Erd Tree.
I know what you guys are saying. Why didn't you drop your thing there, Rocky? It's because whenever you upgrade your starting weapon, it's actually still pretty fucking good.
I wasn't asking that. I understood. I understand things. I know stuff. I play video games. Sometimes I even win them.
Yes.
No,
I'm that's a crater.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Pothole.
Almost
there.
there.
I really need to fix the roads out here in Limbo.
I'm here at the Erd Tree.
Sam. Hi, how's it going?
Hi, hi.
Hi, hi.
Doing a little swerve. Ah!
Oh! Thank you, damage negation.
Ow.
Oh, that's right, I can apply that multiple times.
Ah, come on, any second now, any second now, any second now. He'll die. There he goes. Yep. And we're good. How it do? It go well, Potato. How it be for you? How is Potato? How does Potato feel? Alright, that guy's dead. Good. Oh, what's my strongest weapon right now?
Who are we fighting? Who are we fighting? Who are we fighting?
That sounds good. Valiant Gargoyle. This guy's a pushover.
Hello, big version of the Dark Souls 3 Gargoyle.
He's easy.
Basically what he is.
Yeah. He's just a little guy. That's just a little guy. Not even a big guy. Just a little guy.
Whoop.
Plus, he can't really aim, which is a big help for everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Stab him in the head! Whoop. Ha! See, it's working great. Okay, so he learned how to aim specifically at me. Oh,
hello,
he's almost dead anyway, so we're fine. We're fine. Oh boy, that was scary. Oh, he's dead. He died of that. Ah, poor bastard died of cringe. One of those things, you know? The poor man died of cringe.
Where's the mines? There they are.
Rip his ronies.
Oh, they're wanting.
Oh, Smelter Demon. What?
Huh?
Where's the
2
Smelter
losses.
Demon? Yo, hell yeah! I didn't know that was a thing. I was ready to leave. What the fuck?
Same.
Alright.
Must be an ever dark thing.
Well, alright. Let's go.
Hello, Dark Souls 2 man.
Oh shit, hold on. Alright, let's get that.
Just be careful when you get close to him because he.
No, I know. I fought this guy before.
Oh. I didn't know if you knew the thing from Dark Souls 2.
I've played this enough. He's a regular boss.
I will say this, he was a lot harder in Dark Souls 2.
I have heard that. Alright, now I'm doing holy damage. Good. Which is not doing really anything to him, but that's okay.
It's okay.
I better get something good out of this. This guy's a pain in the ass right now. Oh, he's almost dead anyway. It's fine. He's like half dead.
Let me get you a weak point on him.
Ow.
Boulder! Boulder! Boulder!
Yes!
The bull.
Ow.
And
I'm
now
fine.
he is both versions of himself at the same time.
I'm fine. That is pretty sick, actually. Ah! Critical hit! Also, big attack! Yeah! God, I love this guy. Wilder's a lot more fun than I expected him to be. John Nightreign is cool.
I've also come to terms that I also like Guardian. Birdman is great.
Birdman's cool. Bird person's got powers. Although he is one of the least effective at the moment because he has no strong affiliation towards any particular ability. Which does suck.
Yeah.
I wish he had something better.
He's only good with, like, halberds.
Let me see. There we go. Sure. Yeah.
Guess I'll just do that. Funny.
So
where are we going?
Celeste's heading that way. I guess we're heading this way. I wanted to go into the terrifying rot zone to get something over there, but, you know, that's just me.
I understand.
Not everybody shares my adventurous nature.
I was also just wanting to get a,
Into the caves to get a special thing, a smithing stone?
Yeah, so we can have at least some +2 weaponry.
We're going that way?
I know. I'm trying to catch up with you.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
Goddamn, people zoom in this. We be zooming.
Yeah, who needs horses when you just have Lamborghinis?
True.
Are you guys already in the cave?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I didn't see the entrance. I'm lost.
I'm also a wee bit lost. You know what? It's okay. I got this. It was like in a wall.
Yeah.
This guy we need to kill for the thing? You good? Yeah, it is. It is. It's this guy.
I'm trying to find the way in, though.
Hon, I got you. Don't you worry.
Oh, it looks like it's down there. Or is it over here? No. Is it down here?
It's like up against the wall. And then there's an, like, we're going deeper in, so I think there's an entrance further down.
Yeah, I might have to beat you at that one.
It's cool. I'm bringing a smithing stone with me.
Got to. We need to get you poisoned, but there is also
Well, I don't
that area
need
over there.
poison. I'm just like, you know, it would be nice to have poison. All in all, you know, I'm just here doing stuff. Where the fuck am I going?
But I do share your adventurous spirit, so I'm going to try to actually go over there to that rot zone.
We should go to the rot zone.
There is a castle along the way. It looks like, maybe, possible.
Yeah, we're going to the rot zone. That's where all the enemies are, too. There's hardworking people minding their own business and a random gob starts slaughtering everyone. It's not my fault they carry good loot. If they didn't carry good loot, I wouldn't have to kill them. I'm fighting for the savior of everything, you know? I'm saving the world from bad guys doing bad things. You know, it's fine. See, they try to stab me. I didn't even do anything to them. I'm just there. They're like, oh, well, goblin, better stab the goblin. They're racist. I said it. They're racist.
Oh, there's a thing over here. I think you guys went the complete other direction from me.
We might have.
Yeah, you did.
How's your favorite artist? Well, you know, I'm doing okay. I'm around. I'm alive. I'm vibing. I'm thriving.
I'm gonna try to get to you guys. Hang on.
Meet me at the formidable warrior area that I have marked upon our map.
Okay.
God, those big walking guys are
I'm
cool.
at a castle.
Nice.
I'll
meet you at the castle.
I guess so.
I'm on the way.
I kind of jumped up here. I didn't mean to.
Well, now you're on top of that castle. Let's go fuck up a castle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jump down and go past the jellies.
Aureliana, how you be? Alright, launching time.
Alright, I'm in here.
Alright, didn't cover anywhere near as much ground as I thought I was going to there, but you know what? That's okay.
I'm in the lower part of the castle.
Got it.
A person if you're curious.
I'll follow you down there. Better know that you have antibiotics? Nice.
Frostbite.
Tough guy?
Ouch. A little bit.
I'll be there. Don't worry. Soon. Is it an ancient hero of Zarmor? Of Zamor?
Yep.
Got it. Alright, heading past the jellyfish. I'm over there. I'm on the way.
Okay.
Oh, you seem to be fucking it up pretty bad anyway.
Yeah. Dodge.
And explosion!
And big arrow.
And stab in the chest. Cut in half.
And knife. And more arrows.
He's trying really hard. And it's not gonna work here. He's dead now. Good. Okay, give us a really good drop. He gave us an okay drop.
Enemies.
Go with that one. That's fine. That's fine.
You gotta do this.
Alright, now up the top of the thing we go.
Yep.
Alright. Here we go. I don't think there should be any kind of boss in here, but there might be? No, there's not. Okay, nobody to fight. Good.
Oh, I do
Grabbing a
remember
thingy.
that you have a smithing stone +2 for me.
I do.
Sweet.
Let me see
Alright.
here. Oh, on.
Magical damage, guard count, critical hits.
And let's go ahead and drop this for you. There you go. Enjoy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna head towards the first of the enemies.
There's another chest over here, by the way.
That's okay. I'm rushing. I'm going down there.
Taking damage or Alright, I'm going this way. Wasn't
I gotta
anything
fight this
can
guy.
use.
Stabby roll time. Stabby roll time indeed.
Whoop!
Like, rod area is fucked up looking.
I
Oh,
did
I'm just
learn a
gradually
iron eyes
earning
thing to
the thing. Cool.
increase resistance. He also has this weird interaction where you can fly forward and then click back and he'll go back. Oh. I'm getting rotted. Great.
Yep.
Ouch.
I mean, the rot kind of makes sense, but also very annoying. Either way, I want to risk it.
Ouch.
I got the scarlet rat. Oh, I got the stinky. I got the stinky on me. I got the stinky on me. Oh no.
It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, no, actually, it's you know, it's okay. It's okay. You know what? Not that
Certainly
stinky.
manageable.
We got flavor. We got flavor. We're spicy. We're spicy now. How dare you,
It's like
Scribbler?
raspberries.
Come on. Ah, I'm down. Help me. Help me with your magic rocks. Yes, good. Good, magic rocks helped. On the way. Oh, getting down got rid of my stuff.
Nice. He's also now dead.
Yes. That one.
Ooh. Improved guard breaking, improved attack power. Improved
Further into the rot we go. Rot grease, rot pot,
Oh,
rot counts.
thank you.
What did they do?
okay.
Did they give you baubles, or they gave you a cool bow?
They gave me a yellow bow, actually.
Nice. We have our next enemy.
Very good bow. Oh, it's a rot pot. I'll take that.
Oh fuck!
Radon's wing, kind of.
Oh fuck! Draki, help me! Hospital! Hospital! My bones, hospital! There we go. Okay, I'm good. Oh boy.
I'm gonna get the rot.
Extra hospital! Extra hospital! Thank you. I have
Oh,
really bad
fuck.
weapons right now.
That shit hurts.
Like I have really mid-tier weapons. I gotta get something better.
They really do not like me.
Oh! Okay, third hospital. Celeste? Celeste?
I'll help you.
Thank you. Yes, feed me the arrows. I eat arrows. Arrows are like medicine to me. Put arrows in my face. Yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy arrow. Okay, now, yeah, keep going. Keep going. It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's working great. It's working great. I'm proud. It's good. I'm up. Good.
I'm dead.
Okay, it's okay. I got you. You're back.
Huzzah.
This guy might be a little scary. What a line? What do you mean? That's not a line. I just talk like this. Celeste, no!
Oh!
Holy shit, how did they die?
Rot, probably.
No, I mean, how did they stay down? I went for him right away.
I have no idea. Cannot answer.
They'll be coming back any second.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I fell down. I'm coming back up.
In here
I'm coming back up.
I believe so.
I got the stinky
There's
again.
that.
I've been infected with more stinky. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Oh, God.
Oh!
Stop that. Stop it. It's bad for you. Stop it.
Look out.
Don't even need to dodge. Up. Oh, yeah. Who wants the Rod C8? No! There we are. Oh, can you get her? Get her! Oh, son! Ah! Ah! Don't fall down! There, okay, she good. Yellow!
Ooh, that means you got a legendary.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go! Margaret's Cursed Sword. Alright, now we gotta go to that thing. Also, I'm just gonna pick this up too for the fuck of it, why not?
I was hoping to get that blue thing because I think that was part of my expedition.
Well, you know what? Let's get the thing.
Yeah. I mean...
Oh, I cured rot. You can just
we
run
can
through
do
things
it.
to cure rot. You just have that now. That's cool.
Cool.
That's helpful. Alright, I stole Margaret's sword. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing good. I'm proud of us. What boss are we going after?
Oh, in that way.
Some evil dude, I don't know. I'm a little scared of him.
I have a +2 bow now.
Oh, come on, getting up there, getting up there. Lord Sworn Captain. Good instinct. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
That guy thought he was hot shit.
We can't get the thing! No! At least I have a cool bouquet of flowers for my sweetie. I don't know what this bouquet of flowers does, but it is for my sweetie and I have it.
I just have an item that inflicts rot, apparently.
Nice! Fuck yeah!
I grabbed it before the thing got me.
We should have gone to Rot Zone sooner.
Well, now I can inflict poison and rot, and
nice.
That's going to increase my attack power because of that one thing that I have.
Very nice. Where's that guy? Oh, I'm dragging this guy into the fight.
Okay.
Darth Vader's here.
Bum, 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 bum.
Huh. Can we get him in here? Can we get him into the zone? Keep shooting him. Keep shooting him. Maybe he'll follow us. Keep shooting him.
He will.
Yeah, just keep dragging him towards us. We're like right next to the Erd tree. Come on, keep coming. Keep on going. Come on, ball guy. Get over here.
The thing is I also rotted him.
Oh, hell yeah. Keep rotting him. Oh shit, he's still following. Yeah, keep dragging him here. We can get him into the fight. Into like the main fight. And then we get extra stuff out of him. Yeah!
Oh my god, he has very far sword attacks though.
Yes, he does.
I'm gonna do that real quick.
Oh. Oh no, he left! Oh, that bastard! That
Damn it.
fucking bastard! Oh, what a bastard! What a monster! Evil. Evil behavior. They're overtuned to hell. They really are. I once heard someone describe them as the Darth Vader of Elden Ring, and I can't get it out of my head because it fits. It fits.
It does.
All right, this is
Gotta
a
be the
curved
demi-human
greatsword. I can't
queen,
use
probably,
the.
Doin.
Wait, shouldn't. Wait, actually, hold up. Okay, this makes sense. Hold on. I got an idea. You should have that, right? No, I'll be like, she should. Right?
Yeah, she should.
Alright, you know what? We'll handle it later. Ancient Dragon, baby!
And I only have
Right
one
up the
class
butt!
left.
Yeah! She should use daggers? Got it.
She's good with decks too, though.
Oh, I'm down. Fix me, please. I order fix me. I have roses for you. Fix me.
I'm trying to.
There you go. You got it. Wait, will curved greatswords even work for me on this build? Is that a thing? Can Wilder use those?
Wilder's a jack of all trades.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just use this then. It's a golden weapon. It'll work.
Oh my god!
Hey, you should probably avoid that. Okay, that's scary. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, see, that's rude. That's rude. That's
I
very
poisoned
rude.
him.
I'm out of
I'm
healing
going
items. But I can hit him with rot. Ow! I got smacked. It's okay, I'll be fine. Just focus on shooting the large ancient dragon. He'll be dead soon anyway. Oh. You're fine.
I got rotted.
You're fine. Yeah! See? Everything's fine.
Yep.
Oh
everything's
god.
fine.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Stop that.
I'm being buffered.
Wonder if I could just... Ow! I'm just gonna let that happen. If he can focus on me and you guys can keep shooting him, that's what matters. Just keep shoot. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They're probably gonna try to get me. Oh, you should survive though.
She's just going through the fight. She's going for it. Go for
Just
it.
go for it.
You can do
Catch
it.
up. You
I
can do
believe
it.
in you. Just get incredibly clutch. You're in a Dark Souls boss fight. You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you. See, now you're there. Just you stay long range and you just shoot him. I can distract him with my body and whining. Hey, you, I've got roses. They're for you. You'll love them. Don't focus on me. Focus on the dragon. I don't need my food right now. Oh, God. Okay, Kalki. Keep shooting me in the head, then. Shoot me in the head. Fill me up like a pin cushion. It'll get me to be awake. Do it. Do it. Save me. Save. Oh.
I'm trying.
You fool. You should have shot the dragon. It would have clutched everything if you shot the dragon. It would have killed him in one shot. Room for one more? Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, we do have room for one more.
I'm down. If you down, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down.
Please. Fix us. I've been down here for a minute. Oh! Okay, that seemed like a bad thing. You should probably focus on the large evil dragon. I don't want to do another one of these horrifying purple missions. I do not have enough stuff to do horrifying purple mission. It's scary.
It's just our setup. It's okay.
I don't want to do, no, I don't want to do purple mission. Purple mission make me sad. Purple mission got me on floor. I didn't get roses though, and that's good.
You
The
get a
roses
special
are nice.
thing if you actually do beat the purple mission, though. Whoa.
Ah!
They almost got me up.
There we are! Everybody, we did a good job, but we all died like cowards.
Ooh. We were doing pretty good, though. Yeah, we'll get Varen.
Oh, yes, Varen.
Ooh, excuse me.
Get in here. Get in here, Varen. Varen the Gobbly. By the way, if you like what I do and you want to support me, you can always donate directly to me with some money and stuff. It is a super big helpful thing. I'm trying to pay my bills and stuff. So you could just pay me money if you want to. Also, I'll do a big stretch. Thank you for that stretch, and I gotta hydrate, so I'll grab some
You
water.
can pay either of us money, and
Yes.
we'll do various things.
Yes, you could just give money.
Yeah, it's great. I'm getting a drink. I need to get this remembrance done. Does it tell me what I need to do on my remembrance?
Man, my boobs bounce boobily. My boobs be bouncing boobily.
Okay, I need to defeat the other Iron Eye who has appeared in a Cataclysm in Limb build.
Oh, we need to drag Varen into this call too. Do you want to meet in the Discord?
Yeah, we can.
All right, meet me over on my Discord. I'll drag you into
I
there.
will. We.
Let's go.
We.
Oh, let me see.
There we are.
Goblins, thou art here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Goblin.
Goblin, 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 goblin.
Okay, so you're not wanting to do the purple gaping girl? Oh.
I do not want to do the purple gaping maw. I would like to do instead the. I want to fight the goat.
The goat?
I want to fight the goat.
The
Yeah,
maw.
Equilibrious beast. He's cool as hell. Huh?
Gaping Maw is deceptively like one of the hardest bosses of the game.
They really went, here's your starter boss, now here's the hardest boss right away. It's crazy. Equilibrious beast. Do you know that beast is Equilibrious?
Yeah.
He is probably my favorite out of any of the bosses.
This one is a little bit of an annoyance to fight, though, just to let you know.
No, I know. I fought him. He's silly. He's a silly guy. He's very, very, very silly.
Very, very silly.
I'm deciding if I play who I play. Do I play Wilder? Do I play my favorite femboy? What do I do? I'll play Wilder. I'll stick to Wilder for right now. Although I wish you could make them male or female. I want to play a Lady Wilder.
That would be cool.
That would be really, really rad.
They are going to add new
Just a moment.
characters, though, eventually. So
Yeah.
that's
Hell
also
yeah.
nice to look forward to. Maybe there will be a big buff lady.
Well, there is already a big goth lady. The recluse is
a
right
big
there, and
buff lady.
she got 2 big orbs. Like me. I got
Hells
2
yeah.
big orbs.
Base.
Big
Nice.
orb. Bib orb. You gonna go with Executioner?
Yeah.
I'll go with Wilder. He honestly,
That
okay,
makes
so
the
my
guys grow a
headcanon
little
for
bit.
him, my headcanon for the Executioner, is that he is a femboy. And no one can tell me I'm wrong. Underneath
don't
that
know what they
armor,
look like
he's
under
a
that
femboy.
armor.
Well, he's fused with the armor, but I just accept that he is a femboy.
Anime.
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 Oh, shit.
Anime.
He also just has a like fucking monster on loop in his head.
Baron, are you streaming as well right now, or?
No, I'm not streaming right now.
Okay.
He's
I was just making sure.
Oh, by the way, Varen, I would like to set something up involving the VWL. I'd like to do a special event. I'd like to do a special event over on my channel. Would you be up for that?
Go on.
I want to
Certainly.
do. I want to do a VWL Crash Out Royal Rumble. I want to host a VWL Royal Rumble. How do you feel?
How?
Huh?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine with me.
VWL Royal Rumble, baby! The Royal Rumble is my favorite wrestling event ever, and I want to see the Royal Rumble.
Ooh, big bow?
Bows.
What?
Less likely
You
to be
do not
targeted.
want
I
great
want that.
bows.
No.
You do not want great bows. Great bows scale off a string.
They do.
Oh!
Ever successful with the pounds.
I really do love the Wilder's sword. Very, very cool.
I do have a thing to where anything that I get, I share with you guys as well, item-wise.
I'm marking a spot. Follow me.
We should get this cathedral right here.
Yep, that's what I was
since they're
marking.
usually really easy.
Yes, they are. Okay, so Executioner is probably my... Executioner, and Wilder are my favorite characters so far. I tried Recluse. I need to get better at playing her and figure out how they do spells and stuff in this. I did like her, I just felt weird about it. Alright, let's get the chest over here really quick before we go downstairs. I'm gonna pop this chest, then I'm heading downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, Stone Sword Key! Stone Sword's Key, and fuck yeah, let's go!
Yes, this is basically a guaranteed Stone Sword Key.
Nice.
Ooh. Flesh. Beef jerky.
Boss down here is Fire Priest.
Yep, it always is if the up top is fire.
I'm just letting people... no, I'm just announcing it. I want his sword.
Oh, good. Come on, come on.
Ah!
I will keep stabbing you in the ass. Just.
That's the way. That's the way to do it.
This is the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, these just add fire to my weapon, but I can't use either one of them.
What did you get, Baron? What did you get?
Fire Nagi Kaba.
That sounds good. All right, cool. I was gonna get the fire Godskin poker for you, but if you got the Nakinahaba, that should be good.
Yeah, like this is usually really solid of a choice.
All right, from here,
Especially early on.
Let's hit up an Everjail. There's one right down this way, and then we can get the we can get some new things if we want. We can get like the.
Is there any
things.
area that's offering madness weapons?
We need to find a Shiburi tower.
I'm gonna grab this fucking
Is that a church
right next to us.
Oh, fuck
first.
yeah! Okay, we're hitting the church. If we see a if anyone sees a Shiburi tower, let's grab it. But we also have the big rot thing over there, which we should probably get to.
Yeah. I do also have to kill somebody that looks like me.
All right, well, we're gonna have to do that. That'll be funny.
I think they're over there.
Got it. I am at the Everjail. I will be opening it immediately. Everjail time.
I'm jumping up the stream to get up there. Faster.
Everjail. Oh, easy, easy.
I love how I'm falling down and just shooting arrows at your skull.
This is just, oh my god.
Bully him.
Bully him,
man.
bully him, bully him to death. Your Honor. Destroy him.
I'll take those runes.
Alright,
It's either that or
next
upgrade
up,
sorceries, which is useless to me.
let's head towards this castle and then head towards the rot area so we can have more of that planned out.
Yeah.
I feel like rot area is probably a day 2.
That does make sense.
Because usually the special areas like that are better scaled for the second day, because you want to focus on doing that
we can also be
entirely.
close to it because we're in the circle right now.
I jumped into the church.
Nice.
Up it's a big boy.
Oh,
there's
big
another
boy's
one.
easy.
I have another Everjail key.
Nice! We gotta hit that one up.
Hey, buddy boy.
I don't think he got a single attack off.
No, he didn't.
I'll go with that one then. There we go.
Continuous HP recovery, improved chain attack finishers. I think I'll do that.
Everjail right over here. If you see any heavy enemies, like big guys, I think we could take them on, but I don't know. I don't know just yet how much we can handle. What level are we right now? Wait, hold on. What's up here?
I just hit 5.
Yeah, we could probably take on like one big dude, but nothing beyond that.
There is also a castle here, which means that there is going to be a guy that's selling smithing stones.
Yeah, I just saw him. We'll hit the castle right after we hit the Everjail.
Yep. And that way we can at least have +1 weaponry.
Yeah.
Up. Ew, I'm going too fast.
Go for it. Yeah.
Sonic speed. Oh boy, it's the noble.
Critical hit. Oh yeah. Alright, come on, stay down. Oh, okay, he did the big thing.
By using my skill.
He did the big thing again. What's the good news, Haven?
Come on.
He's about to be guard broke.
I'm down.
Damn that black flame. So am I,
Nice.
too.
Grab us, Draki,
once.
please, Draki. Barret, we're coming. Barret.
I hope so.
We're here. We got you. Do not worry.
Successive attacks restore HP. Yeah, I'll grab that.
What's that over there? Oh, it's a guy in a tree. Never mind. All right. To the castle.
To the castle.
Just constant rushing.
Ah.
I found the guy.
Alright. Come on over there.
Alright, we're gonna start the
Oh,
countdown to the
people.
next day. Night's almost gonna start.
Well, I need pills.
No, nothing too bad here.
I have no money
Grab
for
something.
anything, so
I'm
you
trying to
can
help.
fight this castle.
What? Oh, we'll get you something for the castle. Follow me downstairs.
Kill the castle, then we can.
Yeah. Honestly, we're gonna be in and out of here.
Upstairs.
The LA Dodgers turned away ice agents at the stadium's entrance. That's fucking awesome.
Based, honestly.
Based and powerful of the LA Dodgers to be like amazing and cool. All right, where is the big dude? Up there, I see him.
It's Crystallian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn! Alright. They did.
Oh yeah,
that
they
guy
are.
dropped the thingy. Ooh. Okay. Alright. I see you. Yeah! Ultra great sword.
Neither of these are good. Oh.
Opening stuff in here. Taking damage with damage negation.
Ah! Will it still work if I... No, okay, Ultra Great Sword doesn't work with that. That sucks.
Yeah, just the great swords.
Ah, that's infuriating.
Alright, where's the guy? He's down there at camp. I think he's down over here.
Yep.
Down under the archway
Alright,
here.
let me see here.
I do have a thing to where if you successfully
that.
guard, it will increase your damage negation, just so you know.
I'm gonna go and grab that church over there.
Alright.
We're kind of out of anything else in particular that I can see, but something else might pop up.
Grab the church. If I can.
Because, you know, sometimes there are just people running around doing stuff. Which, fingers crossed. Is that Madness Camp? No, just a regular camp. Anyone in here? Anyone in here that's... Nope, just some chests and stuff.
Did you already hit up the church?
No, not yet. I was just looking around the area.
Oh, that church we've already gotten.
Did we?
Yeah, we've already got the
It'll be
church.
Oh, we
it'll be
did.
golden if we didn't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
However, we can keep going north to get the ruins up there.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Yeah.
Blah. You got a major update? What's that, Revy? What is your update? Do share. Do tell. Tell with your
Yeah.
words.
Tell us.
Tell with all of those words inside of you. Harrah. Where's that little guy? There you are.
Is that a scarab?
Yep.
Right out here.
Hey! Hey! Alright. Hey, Old Door's Talisman. Extended spell duration. I'll take it.
That might apply to your ability, like applying the flame effect.
I think
I don't know.
I think the effects are different on that. If so, I would give it like I don't know. If that's the case, we'll give it to you, so your monster form lasts longer.
No, I was saying your ability specific, as the fire effect on your sword.
Maybe.
All right, we kind of lucked out. We're close by to where the
Yeah, we're near the
boss
tree.
should be.
Hey, there's the bear. Rune bear.
Oh, it's sleepy time over here.
Sleepy rune
Here's
bear,
another
baby.
rune bear.
We got two?
Desmond,
Wait,
the rune
Ramon
bear.
lets you have two rune bears? Damn. Come on, fall down, Rune Bear. Fall down. You're supposed to fall down. It's okay, Rune Bear. Fall down. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go to the big sleep.
Do big eepy. Big eepy bear. Bear big eepy. Do you drop something or? Yeah, you do. This one dropped something. Good. That one. Why not?
Ow.
I'm on the way. Don't worry.
Ow.
We're almost here. Ow! Oh, okay. That's fine. No, that's fine. That's okay. I love you too. Oh god. Please, yep, use my sacrifice.
I got hit by sleep.
Alright, he's dead. Rune Bear dead. Rune Bear died. There. Oh, god.
He raises
Oh.
physical attack.
Fun. We should run.
Quickly, must grab this one.
Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh
Oh,
god. Okay, it's not that bad. I was overreacting. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything is awesome.
How are you?
Doing great, you know. Boring conversation anyway. After this, Erd Tree. Or not Erd Tree, Rot Zone.
Yeah, we gotta find out who
We
gets
gotta
the Rot
beeline
Associate.
to the Rot Zone. Like, legit, we have to beeline in there with how much their stuff is there, so we'll ignore the bosses at first, and then we'll fight our way out from the bosses. That sound good?
I was just gonna ask if we were gonna go do the.
Yeah, we're doing your thing.
remembrance
We're doing the
Yeah.
thingy in there. I think it'd be a
No,
good
my
idea to
remembrance
instead of
is where
focus
my
on
marker
yeah. I think it'd be a better idea to just get into the center of it and then focus on that than try to fight the bosses on the way in.
Oh, I was saying my remembrance is on the opposite
Oh
side.
yeah, yours is like the opposite side of the map. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the centipede demon. Fun.
Oh, hello, Dark Souls 1. You can knock off his tail, by the way.
Oh, what? I'm gonna go full Monster Hunter on that shit then. Let's go. I got it
Wait,
now.
I'm a longsword user.
I am a longsword user. What do you think I have?
There goes.
Oh shit, it's gone. Oh shit, it's alive.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Kill it.
Owie.
I believe you can also knock off one of his arms, too.
Woo.
Yep, I just did it.
Shit, alright. Well, we are making
Good
it
job.
less effective at killing us, which is good. This is a cool boss. Good job, Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, and he regrew
What do you
his tail.
mean? What do you mean?
regrow
This
his
is
tail?
totally original. Definitely is not a recycled boss from one of their prior games.
This whole game is recycled bosses from their prior games. No, that's a good
No,
thing.
it's
They bragged
not.
about that.
No, I'm fucking being a smartass.
You monster!
And people love to bitch about like when companies do that.
Oh yeah, I know, it's dumb.
I still have yet to fight the Nameless King.
Genuinely scary, because it's not like a normal boss fight. If you fight the Nameless King, you're fighting the Nameless King, as in, they didn't, like, sugarcoat it. It's, alright, you beat the dragon. Cool, that was his first health bar. Now you're fighting the Nameless King. They straight up do the boss fight, and it is hard as fuck.
Especially considering it's not in the intent, like, arena that fight was designed around.
Mm-hmm. They just make you deal with it. And where's your mark, Draki?
It is all the way across the map.
Oh, so it's over there? Alright,
yeah, it's to the west.
Okay, here's an idea. Let's use the eagle. We'll use the eagle. Yep. We jump on that, and then we go over to the first thing, the second thing, or the second thing and the third thing. Or second thing and then the first thing.
I'm just gonna follow you.
Follow me to the eagle! We're gonna eagle our way through this.
We're going from one eagle to the second eagle.
Yeah! Yeah, that's the plan. If we eagle, then we can get out of this.
An eagle back, if I recall.
Yeah, we can eagle there,
it's
then eagle
gonna
back.
be a bit of a walk.
It's fine.
We're just gonna fight a person that looks like me.
Yeah.
Which...
Spectral Hawk!
What's he gonna do? Try to shoot you with arrows?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So what we can do here is we will go all the way through this. We'll go through the area from the rot. Then we can take the second eagle directly to where you are. Up there. We could just ignore the rot entirely for right now. And then we can take the eagle back.
Honestly, what do we get from the rot? Because I don't know.
There's like a quest thingy in here for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all. That's why I want to do it.
There is also a church in the rot. So.
Yeah. See, there's a rotten church. Spicy church. Don't you want to go into the pink? Look at it.
It's tempting.
I thought so.
Second bird.
Can't we drop down from the birds too?
Yes.
Yes, you can. But if you don't drop down from the bird, it will let you go farther with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying it might be fruitful to drop a little bit early from this one.
Fair. We're making it there quick. I don't see any Shibriri towers. Which, wait, hold on, that's one right there, isn't it? No.
Bird?
No, never mind, I was wrong. That was a normal tower. I'm just yapping, don't worry about it.
Alright. It's behind.
Oh wait, I
this
see.
thing
I
over
see. Is that yellow? Is that madness? No, that's
It's
rot.
down here.
Just me misidentifying everything. I'm a real Elden Ring fan. I don't even play Elden Ring.
Well,
Where is he?
Who plays
he is.
games anymore?
I don't. Oh, there he is.
fuck him up.
Ow, he has blood loss.
So? He's gonna die. Alright, there we go. We got him. We got him, baby!
Vader vanquished.
Objective
I got the Trader's-
achieved.
Yep,
I'm a
Trader's
nerd.
letter.
I am a nerd. I am a nerd. You are correct. Thank you.
Alright. Now we're going towards the green.
We're going to the green, to the rot. To the rotten area.
Hang on,
What's
is
here?
Which is this
is
thing.
this ruin?
That ruin has got, is that death
Oh, is a
stuff.
curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deathblight.
Which sadly we cannot put on bosses.
Alright, now, see, everything's working out.
Something's dying down there.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yep. That
Something's
guy,
attacking something.
they're having a big time. Don't worry about it. May or may not have spent slightly over $30 on DVD. Oh, dear Lord, what did you do? Oh, I see an ulcerated beast. How majestic.
Hang on, I'm gonna go get this church quick.
Okay. I'll come with.
I'm gonna try to head a little bit more straight because I think I can run straight towards the thing from here.
During Pride Month,
That's fair.
No, sorry, I'm going to run very gay. I'm going to run very gay. I'm going to continue to run very gay. How fucking dare you suggest anything otherwise?
Just be careful
Plus
since you will
Matthew
be
Lillard. Nice.
like solo for a minute.
Oh, I'll be fine. Don't worry. What in here could even hurt me? What was that noise?
People are gonna, yeah. People are probably gonna laugh and be like, Rocky, how are you the one saying that?
It's fine. No one's gonna hurt me. Here, I'll even cure my rot. Boom. Rot cured.
Oh, if you didn't know,
get, smithing stones +2. Fuck.
How do I?
Oh,
it's whatever.
Didn't I
You
what?
didn't know though.
Huh?
You can buy them at the last room, if I recall.
Oh, I know.
no, you can only buy smithing stone +1s, not the purple ones.
That's true. Okay, so don't go the
Oh,
way
hey,
I was
Granny.
going.
Oh, that
Okay, so
too late. I've been
I
going
died.
that way.
I died to death. I did dying. I gotta go that way. You go to the red thing. It'll be fine.
Night tide grows stronger.
Oh God, are we in the zone? We're in the zone. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're cherry. We're so cherry.
Baron, I am just following you.
Fuck. Where
I
the
don't know
fuck
why.
is
I have
this
no
thing?
idea how to get up to this church.
Ah!
We'll find it, bud.
I'm gonna assume this trail is the way.
I'm a coming. Don't you worry.
Yeah, probably.
I'll be there
appears
soon.
so.
I lost a level and 50,000 runes, but that's okay. The quest matters more.
Well, yeah, it gives you your stuff.
Oh, and no more rot.
Yeah, we found the Eye of the Storm.
Nice. I know what thing in here is supposed to be achieved.
My God, fucking bleed is
Probably
so
murder.
great.
If I had to guess.
Oh, wait,
Murder
there's a thing
is
in here, there's a
Usually
thing-
a goal in this game.
There's a thingy in here.
We're in the zone, the auto zone. Gargoyle blade.
Rot grease. Okay. I'll take some of
If
that.
you didn't know though, boluses will permanently increase your resistance to whatever element.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ah, I could use some help over here.
On my way up.
I'm down here. I'm on the floor.
Oh, you brought him down.
Hello, friend.
Ah! Ah!
You know what?
Backflipped out of danger. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. There he is, bouquet. Nice.
Attacks inflict rot. Let's go.
Cool. Alright, now where's the...
And it has barrage.
Do I go underground? Is there a thing under this?
It could be at the top of the tower.
I'm gonna check behind really quick.
Yeah, I'm going to the top of the tower. There is a thing here. Learn about locale. Is there?
That will highlight presence of what are they called? The scarabs. There's a chest here.
I think that's what I've
Yeah.
got to go after.
Attacks inflict rot.
Oh, wait. Oh, hold on.
Do you want that?
Oh, it's...
I'll take it for... Actually, I'll hold on to it for Cass.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You take it.
It was the inseparable sword. I believe that's a great sword for you.
Oh, wait, it is?
Yeah.
What was I even coming to this spot for? Why did it
oh,
give me a
there's a
little mark
chest
on the
here.
map?
May have just been marked on the map as like a, hey, here's a challenge
Well, it had like
area.
a red thing.
Oh,
like
there's
a red
another
dot.
circle over here. So maybe you have to do them sequentially. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
I think it might. Yeah, I think it moves. Where's his? There's a spot right here.
Yeah, no, yep, there it is. Okay. Going this way now. Learning about Scarlet Rot. Okay. You know, we're going to school. We're learning. Together.
I'm learning.
As a family.
One big happy goblin family.
Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, God. Oh, lady.
See
What
it?
in the goddamn?
Oh, not these assholes.
Whee!
Me and all my homies hate these assholes.
I'm fine with them. I like that one guy. He's cool. I think they're cute. Oh,
There's
there it is.
slime here.
There's a circle.
You found it? Where is it?
Well, no, it was a blue thing on the ground, or this thing on the ground.
Oh.
And now there's, they're gone. There's no more, I don't think. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what that
Yeah, we
did.
did the thing.
You know what? Let's go fuck up this guy.
Not a tree sentinel.
No, it's a draconic tree sentinel.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's worse. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's steady, right?
Come on, it's
Oh!
fine. Draki?
Guys,
Draki, stop that.
he hit me
Ow.
with a spice ball.
He one-shot me.
Alright, we probably shouldn't take on that guy then.
Yeah, I hate the tree sentinels in general. They're always annoying to fight. So I'm just gonna run.
I'm down.
Fuck him.
That's fair. Get out of here.
Draki, can you get them?
How's the night raining? Well, it's happening.
think I can.
Run! Run for your life! Fly, you fools! Let my sacrifice
Distract
not
them
be in
since they're
vain!
focused on you.
Alright, you saved me. Okay, let's run
No.
now. We
Oh,
run!
sweet. Yeah. Run,
Run, you
run.
fools!
Let's fight that guy! I guess. I don't know. There's gotta be somebody in here we can actually take on to get levels. I am very underleveled right now.
Oh yeah, this will be a lot easier.
What the why are you following me?
You know, he's mad at you. It's funny how you revive people by hitting them. Oh yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I love it.
We can probably take on the Erdtree avatar.
Oh yeah,
I say as the fucking dude shoots lightning at me.
you're fine. Don't worry about it, you're fine.
I think he's walking away now that he's killed me.
Yeah.
You had to
He
get
got what
one
he wanted,
last,
and now
like,
he's losing.
ow.
No, he's still shooting at me.
Oh god, he's here! Oh no. Well,
Well,
sink or swim,
not
everybody.
allowed.
Sink or swim. Let's go. Oh boy. Oh, did he vanish?
I
Yeah.
think so. He finally
Alright, good.
managed.
He went too far. He went too far. Oh! Oh god!
I
Draki
got you,
behind.
Cass.
Oh, Baron, you got me.
Oh, well,
I got
there
you.
I go.
Let me take the. Never mind.
Woo!
Have you guys help?
I got the big boy, don't worry.
Is the knight coming in?
Nope, he's gone. Oh, I'm down.
It will not let me lock onto you.
Yeah, I've
It's
noticed
okay.
that as of late.
It's fine. You'll be fine. Just use
Ow,
your
ow,
special
ow.
move. Use your special technique. Hidden
I don't have
hidden
that
leaf.
available.
Hidden leaf ability.
I don't have that available.
It's okay. Okay, we used our special technique, which is die and come back and then kill it right away and then get all of our stuff back. Are you ready, Draki?
Yeah.
All right, we died. We're gonna come back even stronger. Stronger than you can possibly imagine. Oh, we're so fucked.
No, we're not.
Wait, I can inflict rot and poison.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, ow.
Son of a bitch.
Can you get Baron?
Give me a minute.
Can't you? You're ranged. It's a lot easier for
Oh,
you.
yep.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
Actually, just yeah. You know what? Get Baron. Get Baron. Baron's fine.
Oh shit.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this fucking
Yeah,
thing.
kill the guy. Kill the guy. Kill the guy. Kill him. Kill him! Do it! Do it! Kill him! Kill him!
Murder!
I believe in you. Shoot him. There you go. He's dead. Cool. That means we have our stuff, and we can go get our stuff. I see
Yeah.
this. I see this as an absolute victory. Literally
Yes.
nothing bad happened. I mean, I've got to run into the Nightreign to get the thing, but fuck it, why not?
Of course. Who doesn't have to run into the Nightreign to get the thing?
Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a shrine right there, so.
And this is gold, so I'm doing it.
It's worth it.
I have the
running-
Alabaster Lord's sword. Is that good for me?
I don't know.
I hope. I'm not familiar with your game, Alabaster Lord's sword. Alright, now we just need to hope that we don't get some kind of horrifyingly powerful, Ubermensch.
We do.
Ow! I just wanted to heal.
Ah!
Oh, fuck it. They're all dying.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Remember to hit them when they're on the ground, too. Keep them from coming back up. You gotta desecrate the corpse, otherwise it'll just come back to life. Alright, who's this? Oh,
Bird.
you know, not the end of the world. Not the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
Not
this
great, but...
This is easily a fucking easy, well, easier boss, I should say. Especially if I
I'm out of health options.
Cass, you might want to heal.
I don't have anything.
Oh, come over here. There's a heal thing.
I'm down. It's okay. I'll be up in a second. I'm up. I'm up! Yeah! It's working out great. Ah! Okay, I fell down.
Ow!
My body was hurt. Jiraki, it is your responsibility to stand very far away from the death fire and shoot me with arrows.
I'm trying.
Okay, it is now Varen's responsibility to hit me with the lightning powers or something. Or whoever, you know, whatever. It's fine. It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
I'm
it's
about
okay.
to go down from Scarlet Riot.
Just keep up. There it is.
I got hammered.
I'm up.
If it didn't put this in the fucking circle,
Shit. Come on.
hit who you need to hit.
I'm trying to. It's just game not one. Ah, shit. The game wouldn't let me like lock on to you. I kept trying to put like press lock on, but it kept trying to lock on behind me to the boss.
Yeah, the lock-on seems to be fucked up at the moment.
Alright.
It's fine.
All right, I
do
think
not
I'm
have to be
switching up who
Iron
I'm playing
Knight
as.
anymore, though.
What kind of movie 9 creation is that? Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's a
Let
death
me go
bird.
talk to the one lady real quick.
It's a bird made of
'Cause I
death.
got the note.
Nice. Sometimes you
Hello.
deal with a large animal made out of death. It's just sort of the way it goes, you know? You don't necessarily want to, but it is the thing you're gonna have to do.
Oh, I got conclude the remembrance now.
The bird is a podcast. You know that bird's got a podcast. You know 1,000,000% that is the most insufferable bird on the planet. I feel like made out of death is a pretty way to describe polar bear at times. Polar bears are less made out of death and more an inevitable representation of the fact everything will die, I'd say.
Well, I got another chalice for Iron Eye for doing his remembrance.
Oh yeah, I should be doing my remembrances, huh?
Yeah, because it allows you to get a thing with just a spot that can slot any color.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah.
Alright, time to go back to playing my favorite character then. Well, you know, I'll stick on Wilder
Who's
for
that?
right now. The Executioner is normally my favorite character, but I want to stick on Wilder for right now.
Hey, I should resume the remembrance for the Duchess so I can work on that.
Yes.
Or potentially work on that.
That
Gotta
bird
remember
had a
what
child.
her thing is.
Alright, let's, is it all just red right now? Sell. Why is it only showing red right now? That's weird.
Did you
Is
order
there
it
a
by
filter?
color?
No, I didn't. It's just literally only showing red when I have a lot more stuff I could sell. That's weird. That's very weird. I have a lot of stuff to sell, but it's not like... Let me see if I can... Okay. Weird. God, that's weird. It's making me sell it like color by color for whatever reason, I guess. All right, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, you're selling yours?
I was selling some things, yeah, to buy some new ones. Okay. Put that down there. That one for that. That one for that. Wait, hold on. Oh no. Yes, that's the one I want. Follow-up attack thing there. That's good. Alright, I guess I'm keeping that. Yeah, I'm good. I'm essentially all good. I'm ready for anything. Okay, sada.
Same.
I'm looking at things. Alright, so who do I want to play next?
Big Bunka.
The Revenant.
Yeah, play
Or Big Bunker, yeah.
Play Big Bunker. Play Big Bunka.
Raider?
Yeah, play Big Bunka. Big Bunka.
I mean, I can probably activate his remembrance too.
Big Bunka. Where do I do remembrances again? It's like somewhere in here
Journal.
or something. Journal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm beginning the remembrance for Wilder. That's honestly the most, like... Wilder is probably the most, like, my parents are rich and from Orange County name I can imagine right now. What's your name? Wilder? What about your brother? Hunter? They're both spelt with...
No.
Ys.
Wilder is their last name. Like, their first name is Zach. I'm Zach Wilder.
That's a movie.
Welcome to Jackass.
That's a movie.
It is?
Yeah.
I never fucking heard of it.
I could swear that's a movie.
Maybe Zach Wild is.
Transpired. I have touched the stone.
Let us commence our murder.
Fireworks.
Yes, commence with the murdering.
Yes, I wish to murder. My bloodlust knows no bounds. I don't want to fight the augur because it's basically just the name's Wilder. Oh, right, first name's Van. Right, Van Wilder.
Oh, Van Wilder.
Van Wilder. He's the wildest Van. Yeah, I don't want to fight the augur because I absolutely hate the augur because it's just the Elden Beast, and the Elden Beast is the worst boss fight I have ever played out of any FromSoft game.
Okay, so the augur is probably the easiest boss in actuality, because once you realize a gimmick for it, it trivializes it.
Okay, well, let's
every
go fuck it
enemy
up then.
every enemy that spawns, like, including the like things that come in to try to self-destruct on you, if you hit those, they will fucking hurt the boss.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind then. Yeah, no, I'm down for this.
Oh, I'm doing the Raiders remembrance thing. I have to fight somebody in a thing.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to remember what I need to do for the Dutch's remembrance.
Commence expedition. We're fighting the augur. The augur!
Fighting a guy in the arena is what I'm doing
Elden
right now.
Beast is made for torrent. Not having torrent in that fight is makes it such a Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. Oh wait, you're doing that right now?
Yeah,
you're holding both of us hostage right now? You monster. Rude. So rude. Rude.
Imagine playing Wilder.
Imagine being out here.
It's the one I played by far the most.
Imagine. Just imagine. just whatever you want.
Dragons.
Just imagine it. No, don't imagine dragons. This isn't 2005, and I'm not a Mormon.
Or are you?
No. How dare you? You don't put that
just,
evil in that world.
Just want to make sure.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare, you monster. I am wrecking all the books. I'm just wrecking furniture. I do love that about these games.
Oh, fuck, I got him right there.
Surname as a first name? Oh, God. Wilder also has a first name as Orange County tier. Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's... Ugh, God. It's such a... Never ever... If you have a child, do not name them something out of a fantasy novel. Give them a name that they can live with. Like, if you have a child, don't name them like Alistair or something like that. You're cursing the child. You are not doing them a favor right now. I'm sorry. I know that sounds rude. That might sound bad. But just, please, do not name them that. It will hurt them. Names like Alistair, Alistair is fine. Alistair, like how it has to be, like if it has to be pronounced like that, or like what's another one? Like naming a kid Ferrix. Don't name a child Ferrix. Don't do that.
How about white adult weebs naming their kid Sasuke?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Why not?
You are fucking up that kid's life. You are fucking up that kid's life. I think they do give their names, like their kids' ridiculous names as a flex, honestly. It makes sense to me.
Look, people want their kids to have unique names, and like that's fine. But like, instead of just changing up or like picking fictitious names, just go find the oldest possible name you can in like ancient texts. Name them that.
Oh, come on, man. Okay,
I'm sorry.
it's just So
what I'm hearing, Jiraki, is skill issue.
Yeah, well,
I
want
nearly
to
killed him the
play the
first
thing
time.
too, Jiraki. What about naming a kid Dovahkiin or something? Oh, if somebody named their kid Dovahkiin, that is grounds to have them removed from the census.
No, someone did.
What?
Like before Skyrim even came out.
No. You're telling
Bethesda
me that
gives that
kid
kid free games for life.
Oh, they named that kid Dovahkiin? Oh, no!
Yep.
Don't name your kid Dovahkiin! What the fuck? Oh, that is foul. That is foul. That's such a harsh thing to do to a kid.
Alright, I'm gonna kill him this time.
At least he gets free games for life.
Okay, I killed him this time.
About time.
I mean, that is a thing, but like there are names that are unique that work, right? Like Courage. That's a cool name for a kid. The kid'll like that name. I could see that.
That's a great name for a cowardly dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Courage is a great name. But like, maybe don't name your kid Eustace. Maybe don't do that. That's a mean thing to do. That is a mean thing to do to your child.
What is it?
I'm going to touch that monument after we do this expedition, because I'm not gonna sit here and fucking do that all day. What one are we fighting?
We're fighting the Augur.
You want to fight the Augur?
I'll get her.
Yeah. I gotta kill it. I gotta kill it. I gotta kill
Just
it.
when it spawns stuff in, kill that stuff so it hurts the boss as well.
I will. I will hit it with my sword, and then it will die.
I was just making sure Jiraki knew.
Yeah.
I should have checked what I got from my relics. Oh well. Oh wait, I can. Oh no, you can't change it for mine. I'll have to do it next time. It's
Muriel's a bit of an okay name. Muriel is a pretty solid name. Like, Muriel is fine, but naming a child Eustace or Angus. Do not name your child Angus. I don't care. You don't get to do that anymore.
fine. They taste like beef.
Like, okay, like if you are if you are a white American family from Tucson, Do not name your child Naruto. Don't do that. It's not. Don't do that. You will ruin their life. They will not go a
There are
single
already
day without.
kids in the system named after Naruto characters.
It's
Like by system, I mean school system.
Like if you name a child Orochimaru, you deserve to go to jail. You deserve to go to
Multiple
jail.
reasons.
If you name a child like Sasuke Uchiha Jones, you are going to jail. I'm sending you to jail. Especially if you got like a really like mild mayonnaise last name, like Smith or Brower. Like imagine going through life with your name being like Sasuke Jebediah Brower. If you're Scottish, is Angus fine? If you're Scottish, Angus is fine. There are conditional things. I'm just saying, like, don't bring your child into the world and then give them a debuff.
There are exceptions to every rule.
Yeah, like if you're in Japan, right? If you immigrate to Japan and you have a kid, right? And you're like a cis white family, and you're like, I want to name my child Akira. Okay, that's basically like the American equivalent is naming your kid John. And like, all right, Akira is, that makes sense, whatever. Cool. Because like in the region it makes sense. But if you name do not name your kid Alucard. Okay, maybe name your kid Alucard. That's actually kind of based. Okay, Alucard gets a pass because Alucard is kind of rad, right? Like Alucard's a pretty rad name.
Look for something out of place. Oh wait, this is in here, so it's probably a torch. Hang on.
Like there are certain names that if you name a child, you are debuffing them for life. There are certain names that if you name a child that, you are buffing them for life.
Is it a statue?
Ah, I just moved on.
Might be.
I'm going to the big swirly thing.
Even know what the big swirly thing is?
I say not your dog, Alucard. That'd be straight up.
I'm gonna warn you, that big swirly thing is hard.
So am I.
Like, it ain't easy. Hey, yo.
I always am. I mean, I'm easy, but, I'll make up for it.
I hit up this ruins real quick.
Name your second kid Dracula. That would actually be pretty dope. Although you are basically guaranteeing your kids are going to fight. Muriel good, just bad. What about Courage? Courage acceptable.
Name your daughters after Monster High characters, because you can shorten it to like regular names.
I cannot say. Don't do that. You know what? Just don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. And you may wonder,
fuck.
like Cass, like why do you say that's a bad idea?
I got exploded.
Oh, I gotta heal up really quick before I get in there.
Hurry.
I'm working on it.
It's not like I'll lose a level, but hurry.
I'm helping you. Up. Varen,
Where are you?
Draki could use the help here.
I'm trying to
Draki. Oh god.
Spot is what I was doing.
Likely story.
Yep.
Holy shit, it spawned me decently far away.
Ah, fuck, I'm down. Draki! Oh, you got me.
Yes, Cass?
Thank you. There we are. Got him. We're good. We got a big leg up at the start. Whatever, that one. Yeah, fuck it. Alright. On to the next thing. Hello, Walker. How you be? This way.
Excuse me.
It's all good.
Get that jump stream. That's a lot of poison.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you get poisoned. It's fine. Just shake it off.
They just love fucking doing poison.
You just gotta shake it off, Just be like, whatever. It's fine. I'm good. Sometimes you get poisoned.
It is what it is.
This one is outside.
I hope it is. You can't get inside.
Yeah.
I mean, most things are outside. I'm silly.
Found it. It was the tree.
Nice.
I found the crest. Oh.
Yeah, but you didn't break it.
Huh? you want chicken sandwich, cucumber salad? Yes, I do. That sounds amazing. Thank you. Oh, God, why aren't you helping me? Where are you two? Why did you abandon me?
Tower.
I am abandoned at every moment.
Is it abandoned if you're the one that ran off?
Yes.
I'm on my way.
Draki, you the real MVP. You hit me with the big hammer. Okay, so maybe the tornado's a little tough, but that's okay. So we're
I warned you.
You know what? That's all right. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna be mean about it. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. There's the co-op mod. No, this is just Nightreign. Okay, no. Nightreign is co-op. That's the whole point.
Oh God, it's a guardian.
Ah, boy.
You fucked me up.
Yeah, there's multiple.
What? Ah!
Here you have to fight like dark copies of
I'm down.
classes. Oh, there's also banished knights.
I'm a
They have
coming.
an iron eye.
All right, we'll come back for this then. We'll come back for this. Although, if you could. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, they fucking got me.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. We'll be fine. We'll get out of here. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this area.
It's not okay.
It's okay. Don't cry, Bowie. It's okay. Don't cry. Mwah, you okay.
This guardian.
Plus, this place is gonna be outside of the circle.
Fuck.
Just run.
Oh, this guardian's
He's almost
dead.
dead though. Hey, you got me with that.
Yep.
Die. No. Die.
Yeah! Now that's some good shit. Whoa.
Who the fuck was just hit me for like a fuck ton of damage?
It's
It's
the archer.
Iron eye.
It's the Iron Eye.
There was multiple hits.
Yep, the Iron Eye's
Yeah.
using extra ability. Hospital. Hospital. Oh. Oh. Oh, I die of sick. Goddamn, they are hunting us down, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's okay, we got a lot of
Told
stuff
you they
out
were
of this.
tough.
You know what? That's true. That's true. Oh God. Okay.
But-
Okay. Oh, they're not letting us. They're not letting us get out of this.
Oh, you're not taking my levels, motherfucker. I'm getting the revive reset
No,
there.
you didn't.
No, my revive reset is what I was doing.
I gotta get mine too.
So selfish.
Fuck!
I don't know.
I almost had him.
Which one of them has my fucking souls?
Okay.
God damn it!
I legit almost had him right away. It's cool.
He hits way
just
too
let me
hard.
die.
We're all dead.
I was being serious. While you were reviving, I was like, just let me die. I'll come back and I'll help. No. Oh, well, okay, I tried. Damn, he does hit
Well,
hard.
we killed two of them.
Grab
Dude, we're gonna-
items if you're able.
I'm helping Cass.
Yeah, if we just gang up on him, he ain't a threat. Yep. See? Everything's coming up Cassafell. See? And then we get 3 whole item things.
Nope, we have to defeat 2 others of that guy if we want all the items.
I knew this was a good idea. Oh, hey! Wait, no, no one's using that right now. Never mind. All right, well, that sucks. That's okay. I need to level up. Where's the nearest site of grace?
Zweihander over here.
Ooh, I can grab that.
If we manage to kill the other 2 of the bosses here, which they might be in this...
Oh my god!
fucking...
I'm coming!
What happened?
Draki
I got torch followed.
Yeah. Draki got hit with Big Bonk. I'm a coming!
Yeah. You have to find the fucking cider grace, because I'm level 2 right now.
Go grab it! It was right, it's like right outside. Now I wonder, does this...
Oh, you're right, there's one right outside.
How do I use these fucking incantations the right way? They don't work! I'm on keyboard and mouse. And
Are you the right level for them?
Oh no, I'm the right level, it just doesn't let me use the thing.
There, now I have some health.
Alright, where are you? Where are you, big, large guy? Let me see here. You. Let's go ahead and take, we'll take that. That's fine. You. Level up thing. Good. Yes! Perfect! In order to revive your teammates, you have to bonk them? Yep. If you want to revive people, you gotta bonk them on the head.
Boss is this way.
Boss is that way. Let's go.
Charge attacks.
Come on for the boss.
I fucking hate these guys so much.
Up. Okay, we gotta run. It's Nightreign time. Please just revive me. We gotta run.
Yeah, just run. No point in fighting them.
Yeah, not right now. We'll come back for him again. Also, I got a big bonking stick for you. Jackie. I'm gonna drop it ahead.
Running is what I
Here, hold on. Grab this. You have time. Trust me. Grab these. They're for you.
Successful guarding negation.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know,
through.
everything worked out great. We are perfectly ready for everything the world can throw at us.
I'm gonna go grab this church over here real quick.
I'd like to grab a church too. I think we're gonna need Jesus if we're gonna win this.
Yeah, we need to get at least the church.
I really hope we beat the boss because this is the dumbest run I think I've ever done. It really is just like foolish levels of confidence on my part and holding on for dear life.
Beyond
sorry.
foolish, even.
I am plus ultraing my way through it. I'm gonna die.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Where's that church?
You know,
It's over here.
it's wherever. It's around. The church is in your heart.
I need to get
The church is wherever you worship.
Church is where the heart is.
Chest
We
cap.
could at least go to the mines next.
Yeah, we should.
Time.
That's a good idea.
That way we can probably find a castle and at least get our starting weapons. The purple.
We're probably gonna get something golden here soon.
I think I need to go down.
You need to go down?
Here?
Most people do. It's something that not enough people do with their partners.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I not moving? What the fuck? Okay, that's weird. Hold on. Oh, there, I fixed it.
Tabbed out.
Aha! Oh, shit! Right! We're fighting! Right. Ha! Aha!
Oh, ow.
Aha! Perfect! Ow.
Ow, fuck you and your fire attack, asshole.
Stop doing that. Stop shooting at me. It's rude. I don't like that. Yep, there we go. What's word? Wait, DRG's revival is forced to drink. I take like essentially fucking my partner to revive them over a drink any day. Honestly, fair. Like sometimes you just got like I think that the best way to revive is to have consensual lovemaking. Crafted Monarch.
Oh, this asshole.
Well, let's fuck him up.
Ow.
Boom! Oh yeah. Oh shit!
Oh, the lag.
Woo! I love Sixth Sense. It's so fucking useful.
Yes, it is, especially when he has deceptive range.
Oh! Oh, look at that! Oh yeah! There we go! Oh, he's gonna cry soon. He's gonna cry soon. He's crying. He's crying soon. He's gonna chop off his little arm and have a little baby tantrum. Because he's mad that all the body parts he stole didn't make him strong like his big brother. Honestly, pretty sad way to live. Oh, here comes. Here comes. He's gonna dragon. He's gonna dragon. He's dragoning. Oh, wait, that's not dragoning.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
Yeah. He just used Crucible on us. That's cool. Ah! Look at him spin. Oh, no. Oh, right in the neck. Oh, right out of the head. Oh, God. Do I ever miss? No. No, I don't ever miss. Oh, I missed. I'm down. Quick, somebody.
That's bad.
Somebody hit me. Bonk me back to life. Bonk me up inside. It's pretty cool he's using Crucible attacks. I like that.
Ah!
Ow.
I got you.
I'm down. I got OTG.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Huh. Oh, I'm out of stuff. Distract him for a minute while I get Jiraki. Never mind. You hit both of us.
I got Jiraki.
Bonk me really hard.
Yeah,
I have a
he's gotta
special
focus
move.
on you.
Bonk me. Bonk me again. I'm gonna super move him. Alright.
There we go.
He can't survive this. Unless he can, in which case we might all die.
You can, don't forget, you can charge up your
That's what I'm gonna do.
fucking big attack.
Yep. Oh, I'm down again. Okay, so he keeps hitting me with wind. I feel like that might be my my kryptonite. I keep being wind hit. Go get Jiraki instead of me. It's fine.
Baron, if you have to, just kill the guy. Never mind.
You know what? That works out too. I think
He
this went
one-shot
perfectly.
me with that.
This went perfectly. Not a single flaw in my strategy. I think we just need to double down next time. Okay? If we double down on my plan, we'll win. But we showed hesitance. Hesitance gets you killed. Hesitance is the little death.
Alright, let me see my relics real quick that I have. Increase it's increase max 93. I need improved critical hits +1, that's good. What color is the thing that I got then? I got an item, but
There's one of
do I
them.
not?
There's
Oh,
one
it's
of
a
them.
key item. So I don't actually have my item yet. The fuck?
That works out. It's
Do I
fine.
have anything that improves critical hits again? I do.
Hold up earring. Huh.
I see you're working on that, Remembrance.
I don't know. I just pressed a button.
Hey, you're working on the Wilders Remembrance.
I
Now you want to
suppose I
go
am.
talk to the Duchess.
Okay, I'll talk to the Duchess. I'll say hi to the Duchess. Where is she? Let's find out where she is.
Should be the main room.
Gotta head out. Get a good sleep, okay, Laser? Mwah. You take it easy. Harra.
You can also check your map. It'll tell you where to go.
I don't like being told what to do. Maps are just instructions, but for people who want to know where they're going.
Oh, my remembrance is completed.
I prefer
Now
to
I
aimlessly
can...
wander most of the time, but I did found her.
What is it?
I head off to bed. Thanks for the stream, Cast and Drag. I hope y'all have fun and be seeing y'all. Bye, Laser Shark.
Bye-bye.
Now it's a relic. Okay. Now I can see what that damn thing does.
That might be the end of your remembrance, if I recall correctly. And it should give you the... No, I'm talking to Cass. Like, for that stage of it.
Alright, I can check in on the thing. Nope. Talk to the Iron Menial.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Would it be possible for you? I consider it inviolable, but I'm afraid there's very little life left in you. Have a discerning. Would you be willing?
Hits.
I will get you the thing.
Simply, I advise the underground passage. There are.
I will get you the thingy. I have to get a whetstone.
Okay.
I am ready when you are. To fight monsters.
For the whetstone, we just have to go to a mine.
Yes. Love you too, Jacob. Mwah.
Bye-bye, Jacob. This diet I am on is taking so much energy out of me. Like, I am... what type of diet?
1,100 calories at most a day. Is the goal.
Good luck with that.
It's working.
Where's the thing? That could work for me.
I'm doing the best I can.
Where's the...
I had fucking dumplings today.
Dude. Oh, that sounds good.
That does sound good.
Okay, no talking about
Pork
food.
and vegetable
No, stop it.
dumplings.
You stop it. You stop it right now. This is fucking unfair. This is wrong. Are we doing this the expedition or not?
We are.
I'm ready. Waiting on Jiraki and you, technically.
I'm done. I've been waiting. I'm waiting
but you're not
solely on
readied up.
Jiraki.
There we go.
I was checking things to see if I could get good shit, and I can't yet. Well, I have
Hello,
some
Audley.
good shit. We were wanting to do what monster? The augur?
Yes.
Alright. I have 3 things on Raider that taking damage improves attack power, or like while doing the thing, it improves attack power and stam.
Yeah. Nice.
But another thing that I know that I want to stack on him will eventually be the
beginning.
critical hits.
I am glad you got those magic cards, Papa. You know, oddly, as somebody who very much cannot do those, because oh my god, oh my god, oh god, oh my god, oh god, I do think they are pretty cool. I can't get back into that, though. I can't let myself. I'm proud of you, though.
Too much money, and I suck at deck building.
I have not had fun playing Magic the Gathering in nearly a decade.
I have not had fun playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
I have played
fair.
Magic the Gathering very briefly.
Alright, where's my quest thingy?
I didn't mean
It's
to
there.
Oh, hey, we're...
ignore that.
There's my quest thingy.
Where's your quest
Oh,
thingy?
it's
hey,
right
we got
there.
the mountain.
Yeah, we have the mountain. We're going up to the mountain.
We're also spawned right next to a fucking
There's a church.
thing.
Hell yeah. Take sacred seals.
For fire damage negation up while casting spells. I don't cast spells.
I'm taking that one. Because if I use it correctly somehow, and I don't know what button to fucking press, I'll use the Scarlet Aeonia, which is a cool move. I legit do not know how to use those with keyboard and mouse. The buttons don't work. If I right-click, it won't do it. Although
So
it does
we're
throw
going towards that
lightning,
church?
which is cool.
I believe is what.
It's always a good idea
Yeah.
to grab, fucking... Grab...
Churches day 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a horseman.
Was a horseman. Was a horseman.
Yeah, was.
That man got yeeted. You know what
That
they
man
Oh,
thought he
wait,
was
hold up,
hot
hold up.
shit.
Thingy. Dead person. Dead person.
Oh, dead person.
Oh!
Not bad.
Iron Eyes Grief.
I'm taking the smithing stone because I'm selfish. Thank you so much. I have to mute really quick.
Magic
You don't want that axe?
I gotta take it. It's a halberd.
Yeah.
Or did you mean the jawbone axe?
Regardless, there was an axe I saw.
I got the purple one.
The purple one is what matters. It's the special one. Owie, I was
what the
stabbed.
Iron Eyes Grief does.
I don't know. Let's see. Ah! There is a small camp here. I'm going to the camp.
Okay.
Alright, now how the
I'm
fuck am I
trying to
gonna...
find which
The
way
fire
to go.
camp.
Yeah, the fire
If
camp.
you didn't know, you can one-shot those things by
I've been
running
trying.
up the back and...
I try to run up the
Okay.
back, and I never can get up top. Ever. I don't know what the deal is.
You don't land on it, you just attack once you get high enough.
Oh! I was told you had to land on it.
There's also a merchant here.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
yeah.
always is. Oh, I wanted to get one. Alright, I'll get the last one.
There's one
over
more.
here.
Where are you? There you are!
Oh,
I'm coming!
he's trying to get me.
Ha-ha!
There you go, you got it.
Ha-ha! Yes!
Watch out, there's
Yes!
those fucking Zambos coming.
Ha-ha!
Oh, I forgot they blow up.
Woo! That was awesome.
Yep, I do.
Woo! One of my favorite weapons in the whole game, aesthetically.
Ooh,
Scarlet Aeonia! I didn't expect to do that, but I did it.
now take the improved restoration.
I think I want to attack power.
Oh, okay. It replaces your... Okay, that makes sense. Hold on, is this a greatsword or a curved greatsword?
I think it's a curve. Could be wrong.
I can find out right now.
Where's the shop, dude?
It's a curved greatsword. It's up by
Over
us.
this way.
Oh, watch out! Explosion!
You know what?
Oh,
Another
we're-
one.
Just so they, for the most part, leave us alone.
I'm also helping with that. I have helped. Where are you? Oh, take that.
I'm gonna go to the side of Grace.
Yeah!
Alright, I'm gonna go south to that, like, location.
Hey, mark where you
Whatever
need
it
to
is.
go. We're gonna go there.
Just trying to look for things that give me damage negation.
It's a castle, fort, whatever you would call it.
Castle?
A castle?
Yeah. Those are funny words I just said.
Yes, yes they are.
Sometimes I say funny words and then people laugh, and other times I say funny words and people shake their head and tell me to please leave the restaurant I'm in.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
I don't know what a Wendy's is, but I do know that when these nuts end up walking through the door, you better give me what I want. See? That right there? That right there, that's the line that got me kicked out of Hardee's.
Because you were too hard.
Mm-hmm. Hard like these nuts! Let's go, baby! That's 2 for 2!
I'm going up that. Look at all these people.
Look at all
that are
these
just watching
chickens.
the battle. to
people
fight
is a-
cats.
People is a soft word I wouldn't use here. They're
Yes, we'll go.
they're experience jars, you know? They'll help us level up.
I have improved critical hits. Let's go.
Stone sword key!
Investigation.
Stone sword
Way
key!
over here.
Stone sword key! Stone sword key!
Yes.
Stone cord.
Stone sword key! Coco key!
Where are we going then?
We're going to
We're
the
going.
runes!
I marked the
something.
runes
To the runes!
so we can get more experience overall.
Yeah,
love no fall
baby!
damage.
So do I. Are you supposed to walk
Honestly,
into
like,
Hardy's hard? Yes, you are.
A lot of the stuff in this game I want to just be in base Elden Ring.
Honestly, same.
And I haven't even beaten Elden Ring yet.
Elden Ring fell out of favor for me gameplay-wise because of the incredibly harsh, like, damage that happens later on.
Albinorics.
Gotcha. Yeah, it just, like, I liked the game less and less as I went back and played, like, Dark Souls 3. I was like, oh, I like this more.
Fair enough. I'm glad you like Dark Souls 3. I remember
I fucking
we
love
tried
that game.
to do things with it, and then
Oh, we got screwed up by, like, a guy.
Days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah. You played it solo from then on out, but I'm glad that I helped you the little bit that I could.
Yeah.
I think there's dogs over here, guys.
Huh.
I don't want to alarm you.
There are sometimes dogs.
Yeah.
How did that not count as the... It's an archer. That is an Albinuric. Elden Ring feels like a step
No,
back.
this is the Albinuric archer over here.
I wouldn't... Honestly, I don't think Elden Ring feels like a step back to me. I feel like they pushed in a big direction and went for a big swing and missed only a little bit. Whereas, like, Bloodborne is a just full-on home run, 10 out of 10 perfect game. I feel like the damage that you need to have, like the build requirements versus like the enemy damage and a few other things in the game just kind of take away from what Elden Ring could have been. The player needed to be able to do more to engage with the level of stuff they had running around, and I don't think that's necessarily a failing of the of you know, anything other than just, you know, the process of making a game.
I'm sorry if you wanted that scythe, it had a thing that was good for me.
We gotta go, wait, church! I haven't gone to that church yet.
Yep.
Let me take you to Snurch.
Take me to Snurch, I'll worship like a snail at the shrine of your light. I'll tell you my sins so you can snarp in your snipe. Offer me that sneakless death, and good God, let me sneak you my snipe.
Welcome everyone to the hilarity that I have spawned into the world.
Everjail.
Do we have time?
We have time.
Of course we have time. Circle's not even coming in yet.
Exactly.
Immediately starts to like come in.
Elden Ring, I don't think it needed to be a full open world. Honestly, I'm actually kind of with you. I think that the size of the open world is really, really cool. Oh, what's that?
Good guy.
Big guy? Where big guy?
Dead
Dead guy! What dead guy have?
With the magic iron cleaver.
Yo!
Mostly
with damage
a bunch of random shit.
Produce nothing.
Careful, gas.
As careful as I need to be.
Where do you think you're going? You ain't going nowhere.
Oh!
5 more minutes of playtime.
Fucking perfect. Thank you for getting... Oh, look at that. Goddamn, that is a booty. That is a booty.
Another set of ruins up north.
I have the Scarlet
Stay for
Aeolia.
all the experience.
I will be using this regularly because it's really fucking cool. I now understand how the cool spell things work. It replaces the active ability you have on your weapon while you are using it in your offhand. Archmagus Faust, enjoy your alert!
More Albinorics.
And thank you for using that Gigantify emote. Thank you for the biddies. Mwah.
I'm here.
Where's the guy? Did you find him?
Same area as last time.
I don't know where that was. I didn't know the first time.
Like you're approaching it now.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Got it.
Out here for the reward.
That was cool. That was cool.
Day 8 now, or level 8 at the end of day 1. And hey, look,
Yeah.
another ruin
That's
we
good.
could probably take.
Let's hit that ruin, baby!
I'm
This is
following
right
there.
next to the tree.
We killing everything we need to! This is the one! Also, I've got the fancy rot flower!
Day
Okay,
2, can
day-
we go into a mine
Yo!
so I can get, +2?
Oh, also, I need to go into a mine because I need to get my, I need to do my remembrance thing. I need to get a whetstone for my favorite puppet man. Also, Max, how you be?
Oh wait, is this the one we already got? And I
This
just
is the
didn't
one we
realize
already
it.
got!
Oh well.
We weren't paying
Well, sometimes
attention!
There's little areas that you can run down and get stuff. It's okay.
That's true.
Day 2, we will go for this mine, and we can take on the fucking ice mountain.
Yeah! Day 2, we hitting up that ice mountain like crazy. We're gonna go kill a dragon, baby! We're gonna rip
Yeah.
its fucking heart out!
It's wise to climb the mountain first. That way you can get like the buff to the
Oh,
boss fight.
The what?
What?
I don't know.
If there's a thing at the top of the mountain that you can get, and it helps killing the dragon.
I'd like that. You're working on art?
Ooh,
Fuck
can we
yeah.
use this? Can we use this tree, like when the enemies spawn in?
So far,
I'm haunted.
I have improved attack power when two-handing, improved critical hits 2 times, defeating enemies restores HP, and a couple of the Iron Eyes briefs.
I got damage negation up while casting spells, increased HP, and improved affinity attack. Where the fuck are they? They're late to our date.
There they
Oh,
are.
the moment I complain, they show up, of course.
Of course, that's how it goes.
It's night, so we're likely gonna have a fucking tree sentinel.
That'll be easy. I love
Or
their
Darth
armor.
Vader.
If we have Darth Vader, I'll be happy. Ow. How dare, 1 and 2.
Swing! That dude got fucked up.
Lightning bolt! I forgot I could do that. Sup?
Oh, the grafted
Grafted
monarch.
Monarch.
Round 2!
Come here so I can critical hit you.
Ha! Ha! Okay, scary. Okay, he hit me with wind. My one weakness.
I got you.
I'm glad you do.
Ow.
Oh shit! You got him. You got him. Thank you.
I wanna...
You're working on drawing a comic cover? Ooh! Can you please post a link to that? I want to see. Oh!
Oh. Sir, put that axe away before you hurt somebody.
You look silly. Bad boy, down. Sit. Bad angry nobleman.
Alright. We're invisible for a minute, so just beat the shit out of them.
Beat the shit out of him or
trying
kill
to get
him.
that crit hit 'cause I had more
Yo!
damage
There he
than crit
goes.
That
Goodbye, you died. Damn, what a cringe
hit.
way to go out. Yeah.
Does anybody have blood loss?
Got a Discord server? Yeah. Hit exclamation point Discord and go straight in there. I do not
sadly
have
no
blood
blood
loss.
loss.
In case we get it.
Now let me see. We're going.
We
where
both
are
have
going
Discord
again?
servers, by the way.
North.
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 Yes. To the north.
To the north, to the mines.
The Queen of the
Come on.
North. All right, we're going to the mountain. Right, I forgot.
Yeah.
Mountain time.
We're going mines then mountain, I thought.
Yeah,
there are mines on the
mountain.
Oh yeah, we're going to the mines!
Straight north to get to the mines that lead to the mountain.
Mines, and then the mountain!
This one.
Yes!
That's what we're looking for.
Hell yeah. I am going to hit people. And you will also hit people. It'll be great.
I'm gonna stab them.
Yeah. You know, you stick them with the pointy end. Sometimes you just gotta walk up to somebody who you're fighting. And you just gotta fill them up with sword. This comic I'm doing will hopefully have a physical release soonish. Oh, nice! I'm excited to see. If you haven't seen it, by the way, and you'd like to, you can check out my comic by hitting !comic book in chat. Or !comic in chat. I have it on Webtoons and I want to get a physical release. It's just an issue of, like, money. Money expensive.
Yeah.
Money is very expensive these days.
Alright, was it over here?
Go up the jump thingy.
The way up, yeah. There's also this tower if we want to hit it real quick.
I ain't hitting that tower.
What if it has a twin?
No.
Okay.
I found the entrance.
Found the entrance?
Yep.
I'm following you guys. And up we go!
We just find and hit a man.
Yep. Guaranteed.
Kind of.
Oh, pumpkin
well,
head.
we gotta find a specific thing.
I have successive attacks give me damage negation. Let's go. It's actually really good for me.
Dead guy. Alright, well.
Rhythm Stone 2.
What else are we looking for in here? Is that it?
That was kind of it, yeah.
Are we going down? Where are we going? Are we leaving through here, or are we going out here?
We're going straight through.
Alright.
But this leads to a different sub-area real quick.
All the way through E621.
I believe where we... Wait.
Where am I going?
Okay,
over here. I don't know where my friends went. They went this way.
It went through a hole.
No, they didn't.
Went through a hole.
Nope, we got...
Jockey.
Got to backtrack a little bit. We went the wrong way, Cass.
I'm trying to find you.
Oh, we did? Okay, we went the wrong way.
Yeah, we need to go up.
Jockey, over here. We go up. On wall, up. Climb. Climb!
Climb, you fool!
Webtoon, I recommend Tapas instead. Webtoon has been lading AI-generated shit on their site. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I have done so much to optimize the fucking webcomic for this. I'm so exhausted. Why do people have to use this AI dog water? It's, I hate it. I hate it.
Because it's the new tech bro thing.
Anything that uses AI is an insult
Because it's a short...
to human creativity.
The real answer. Snowfield Trolls.
Fuck, went the wrong way. Back this way.
Listen, there are good ways to use AI and bad ways to use AI, and sadly, there's people using the more bad ways than there is the good ways.
I say there is no good way to use AI at this point.
There's things that you can do with it that would actually benefit humanity.
I mean, yes, that is a factor. I just don't see any of that being used in any way right now. Yeah. And the use cases for it, I don't think outweigh the negative aspects of it at this point. You know?
There's a dragon fighting a troll.
Oh, we have to fight that guy too. Are you not back here fighting the troll? Come here, fight the trolls. We get stuff from this.
Oh, hang on. Give me a minute. I thought we were just rushing to the top.
Oh no, we gotta get these guys.
We'll be there ASAP.
Ah!
I'll help.
Fuck, I'm down.
So am I. I got fucking one shot.
Hospital. Thank you. I almost got this guy. There you go. All right, that's one down.
This guy's almost dead too.
There we go. All right, he's set. If you already have your comic along with format, I'll move over to Topis, I guess, and just I am so tired of trying to build an audience on any given platform, considering this keeps happening. It's like every time I get a platform down, it suddenly starts using AI slop and fucking up again. Or like all of a sudden. Not again.
Are you just rushing it, Baron?
I'm going up to the next spot.
Yeah, there's a dragon over here we could fight, but...
We're fighting the dragon.
Is it the one that does the frost stuff?
No, it's just a tiny dragon.
I don't know.
No, this is just a tiny dragon. He's easy.
Alright. I'm coming.
The flying dragon.
Yeah, he ain't that tough. Like I said, ain't that tough. All things considered, this is just free experience.
Oh yeah, this one's easy as
Yeah.
fuck compared to some of the other dragons.
Yeah.
He's just a little guy.
There's like...
Anti-dragon effect is actually pretty
Yo!
good.
Alright, where are we going next?
Especially if we get dragon bosses.
We're about to
There's
have a
jump
dragon boss.
spot over here. Are we?
Bro,
Yeah, there's a frost dragon at the top of the mountain. That's why
Oh,
we're
I
going
didn't know
here.
that.
Yeah, that's why we're going. That's what we're here for.
This is the
but
first
if you
time.
go all the
This
way
is the
to
first
top-
time I've gotten the mountain. So
Yeah. If you go all the way to the top, though, you can grab something that makes it easier to kill him because it does bonuses whenever things have frostbite.
Oh, that's cool.
speaking of frostbite.
Yep, there's the dragon.
Oh, hello. Ow.
Damage am I doing to you?
Heal real quick.
Not a whole lot right now.
Are we
Ow.
fighting him? Oh my god.
We should probably go get that thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Now, where's that thing?
Run
It's-
across
you said
this
it's up at the
chain.
top?
I assume.
it's at the top.
Let's go get it.
It's at the very top.
Yeah, let's go get whatever this thing is.
I assume it's easiest to just go around this,
Yeah.
like across the bridge.
Going across the bridge.
Oh, hey, there's a dead dude over here.
Oh, dead dude? Fuck yeah!
What kind of dead dude?
Like, you know, normal
Red
dead,
dead
good dead
dude.
dude. Oh, it's the other dragon!
Oh, hey, that. Or it's
Yeah.
the same dragon.
Oh, same dragon! Where's that dead dude?
He's kind of in the middle of the boss fight area there.
Ah, I'll come back for him. Ow!
Ow!
Frostbite.
Yeah, frostbite again.
Oh, giant dog dudes. I fucking hate you. So I'm just gonna run past you.
That's a good idea. It's a very good idea.
Yep.
Just leave him. It's fine.
They're kind of slow.
They're one of the more annoying enemies to fight.
Pass.
Like, as a basic enemy.
Whew. That is very true. Very, very true.
I just hit that dog's foot and get out of my way.
Nice.
I was like, I am not waiting behind you. You're either falling off or getting stunned.
Hell is the top of this mountain? Fuck.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Oh, hey!
Power gain.
That thing. Yeah,
Has
you want that.
frostbite damage and frostbite buildup. Nearby
Yep.
frostbite boost attacks.
That's why it's really good. Against
Nice.
these dragons.
Alright, well, let's go kill the fuck out of these dragons.
Yeah, you should be able to actually... Hold on, is there...
There should just be a quick way down right here. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should just be able to jump down.
Yep. YOLO.
Come on,
Sometimes
asshole.
you get lucky and you can actually jump down onto the dragon.
Hey, went
He's on the
slightly
other
wrong
side,
way.
though, so...
Alright. I'm following you, Baron.
Okay, I gotta just make my way down there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. I kind of went the wrong way. I'll be right there. Just survive until I'm there. Please. You'll be okay, I
No
promise.
promises.
I'm in the other area the dragon was a second ago.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. I'm on the other side of the thing.
There's two dragons, remember?
No, there's one dragon.
Oh, fuck.
Dragon,
it.
no!
What happened?
Did you get hit by the dragon?
Yeah, be careful. He has some weird fucking, like, super multi-hit attack. It's really fucking annoying.
Noted.
gonna cloak for us real quick.
I'd appreciate that. Oh, I found a sword master. Where the fuck are you guys? Here we go. Okay, oh, I see where you are. You're way up there. All right, yeah, I'm stuck around the demi-human sword master. You guys want to come down here? There's a quick boss fight for you.
We're also fighting a dragon, though.
All you gotta do is jump off a cliff really quick.
I'm
It's honestly probably safer than fighting the dragon without Cass, so...
I'm trying to get there. This sucks.
We're jumping down.
Alright, groovy.
We're here.
Alright, head back up this way.
Titanfall inbound.
Oh, fuck, we're not gonna get a chance. The
Just
storm's
fight
coming in.
the... Okay.
We'll fight the demi-human
you don't
guys,
think
I
you
guess.
got time.
Nah, we could probably kill the demi-human guys.
Okay.
They're just demi-humans.
Yeah, demi-human sword master's not the worst boss fight in the world.
Yeah. Oh, successive attacks negate damage. I am grabbing that
Oh.
over...
Oh, never mind. It's literally right here. Fuck. Yeah, he ain't gonna... We can't.
Time to run. Time to run.
Time to run. God, that's lame. That's so lame!
It is. I know.
I'm only level 10! Fuck! Enjoy
Hey,
your
big
lurk!
hammer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the ones I dropped.
I am so disappointed.
I do have a pretty solid build going, because of that bonus we got from the mountaintop.
Mm-hmm.
I have
do, like,
that
frostbite and
one
stuff?
fucking thrusting. Yeah, I have that one thrusting dagger that has the frostbite built in.
Oh shit, so you're gonna have frostbite, like, extra.
All the time, yeah.
Nice.
Hello,
Very
wolves.
nice.
Goodbye, wolves.
It's not gonna be who I think it is it? No. Couldn't possibly. I'm gonna check regardless. Hello, Sir Bear. How are you doing tonight? Mwah.
Oh, that is a good thing to grab, yeah. Grab it, Cass, grab it!
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it. Just working? Well, what are you working on? How's work going? I'm also working, but my job is weird.
Yeah, we're working right now.
This will actually be my last run, because I do have some extra work stuff I have to do.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we're gonna get the Godskin Apostles.
I love how I can just stagger these people in like 2 hits.
It is pretty sick. At least I'll be level 11 for this big fight.
You miss. I lived, bitch! And
Big bunker!
crit go.
We're gonna 3D model at the moment. Oh, hell yeah! I would love to see some of your work, by the way.
Is that, by the way?
Oh, Sir Bear. Alright, Godskin Apostles. They're in chat.
I don't think our chats are synced anymore.
Oh, that sucks. I'll raid you
I hate
after
when
this.
that happens.
I'll raid you after this.
It's okay. Bonk!
Ow.
Oh!
Yeah, I have been all.
Oh no!
No!
Oh
I
my
got,
god!
I got trapped in the fire.
Same. We were doing so well.
I blame
and
the
then it was
schools.
like- the game was like, oh, you think you're doing well? Fuck you.
Actually, Jiraki, I will raid you right now. I'm gonna have to jump out. I have some extra work I've got to do off stream and stuff.
Alright.
Alrighty.
I also
you
need
want
to hop out so I
continue?
can do some stuff before work, sadly.
Okay.
This is
fine.
fair.
Yeah. But thank you for having me.
Of
Both
course.
of you.
Everyone, I will see you tomorrow, and also see you in like 5 seconds over on Draki's channel. Get excited, feel excited, and understand that I am going to find where you live. Mwah.
Mwah. Abba, abba.
Abba, 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 abba. Abba, 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 abba.
Hello!
Goodbye, everybody.
Holy shit, let's go! Everybody to battle stations!
Now,
There's
goodbye,
30 new
everybody.
people boarding!
Goodbye, everybody.
Holy shit,
I will
let's
see you
go.
all later.
Everybody to battle stations! There's 30 new
See you
people
as well.
boarding!
Good night for now. Take it easy. Keep it very sleazy. Love you all. And it is wonderful to have spent time with everyone today. Good night. And good luck in all of your deliriously joyful, horrifyingly delicious fun adventures. Yeah. All right. Adios. Mwah.
Adios!